Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to my live stream. Welcome. Please do join in. Welcome to this live stream. Welcome to this live stream. Please come join in, so that we can have a good time together. Please come join in. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the live stream. I'm waiting for people to join in. Welcome, join in on this beautiful Sunday, beautiful Sunday. Today is Sunday, the 14th of December. Join in, guys. We need you here. I need I need you here to join in. So welcome everybody to the live stream. Feel free to join in. It's Mary Z Easy Recipes calling everybody to join in. Just join in so that we can have a wonderful time together. My name is Mary Z Easy Recipes. That's my channel. And I'm just requesting everybody to join in the live stream so that we can have a good chat together. We are going just to talk about the normal day-to-day things. And, we're just going to talk about normal day-to-day things. Things which are just in our midst. So that's what they say. The things which are in our midst, in our environment, in our surrounding. And, just come join in. So today is the 14th, is it 14th of December? It is the 14th of December. We have how many days left for Christmas? I think there are about 10 days. Yeah, it should be 10. Only a full week and some days. Then we are in Christmas. I can't wait for Christmas to just knock on the door. We are waiting. We are waiting for Christmas to knock on the door. I love Christmas. I don't know about others. Because Christmas is just a time to relax and to be happy and to enjoy with family and friends. So welcome everybody to the live stream. As I've said, we want many people to join in. Please join in. We will be happy if you join in, and we'll have a good time. So as you join in, remember to just like the live stream, and remember just to stay put for some time before you go and do the chores. I know in some places it's still like daytime, and where I am it's like 7:45 in the evening. So we are happy to just come here and have a chit chat. Oh, we have the first one, the first one to join the live stream is Jada Chuck. Jada Chuck. Hello, Jada Chuck. How are you doing? And how is your day today? And we are really happy to have you here. And Jada Chuck says hi. And Jada Chuck said he's doing good. Oh, that's pretty good. So we are happy to have you here, Jada Chuck. And Jada Chuck says, thanks for asking. Yeah, we need to always ask our friends how they are doing. That's what life is all about. Just knowing each other and just, supporting each other and knowing each other and greeting each other and finding how other people are. So we are really happy today to host another live stream. It's a privilege, it's not like a right. It's a privilege to have time. Time is just like a gift, So when you have time to host a live stream, you really need to be grateful and thankful, and you need to appreciate everybody who comes to your live stream. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm just appreciating Jadachak for coming over to witness this live stream. So feel free to tell us, if you like, you can tell us where you are connecting from, because we are connecting via the world web. Where are you connecting using this world web? Judge is just giving us some support. Yeah, you can tell us your city or your country or your continent. That is amazing, to do that. So Judge Chatachak is just supporting again, supporting. And we have K dash pop dash underscore Jenny 196. Hello, K pop underscore Jenny. It's lovely, 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 lovely to have you in the live stream. I feel so happy to have you here. And K-pop is saying hi, and I also need to reciprocate and say hi, K-pop. And I hope you had a good day today, K-pop. On a Sunday like this, and this month, since we began December, it has been like a busy, busy month. So I hope all is good with you. And Chuck says, United the Kingdom is coming from the United the Kingdom. United Kingdom. Oh, lovely to hear that, Chuck. I hope we are having a wonderful time, the United Kingdom is a beautiful place, and I know you are. I just guess, I can't say I know. I should say I guess. I guess you're having a beautiful people in the United Kingdom. So we also have Judge Chatashak saying, can you say 60? Oh, what's that again? I remember someone was telling me to say that. I just don't know what that means. We also have Sarah. Oh, it's Sarah Davidson. Hello, Sarah Davidson. I love your name. Sahara is a beautiful name. Should I say beautiful or magnificent or pretty, pretty name? So Sahara is saying, oh my word, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Oh dear, thank you for the compliment. And we also have XX Cinnamoro. Lovely name. XX Cinnamoro Lix. Morol. XX. And he's saying, hello there. Hello, XX Cinnamo. Hello, how are you doing? I hope everything is good with you on a Sunday like this. Sundays are just days to chill down, chilling. We are now chilling. Because some people are, you have to wake up like 5:30. They are on the bus or on the road all the way to work. So we are happy today because it's a chilling time, just winding up the weekend, and you thought, it worth the while. We like people who always do worth the while. People who always come over to Mary Z's recipes and just witness what is happening here. So everybody who is joining, please do the thing. Do the like. You just press this, tap the screen, and we get the likes. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you are being asked politely to subscribe to Mary Z's recipes, because that's all I'm looking for. Yes, XX Cinnamon is saying, I did already. Oh, that's what you want to hear. Thank you so much for doing that. Also, we have Hobner. Hello. Did I read Clash? No, I didn't read Clash. Let me wind backwards. And X is saying, my name is Arisa. Oh, Arisa. Arisa. Wow. That's a lovely name as well. And we also have Clash underscore Royal 6761 saying hi to the live stream, to the host, of course. It is me. I'm really selfish about greetings. It's me they're greeting. And then they'll greet the other people, So she's saying hi. And we also have Hobner Ekleti. Hello, Hobner. It's nice to have you back in the live stream, and we feel so happy. And Clash is saying, how are you? I'm really good, Clash. And how are you as well? I hope everything is good with you. And I hope you had a good time today on a Sunday. Yeah, we always should ask how our, our guests, we need to welcome the guests, ask them how they are doing, and also just tell them, feel free and you are welcome to the platform. So this is the best thing we can do to our guests. So XX is asking me about guessing the age. How old is it? You know what, guys? Let me explain something before I even guess. You know what, guys? When I do a live stream like this, the owners of this platform will always ask us, "Is it for children?" So this live stream, I've ticked the button which says it's not for children. It's for these people like me, the adults, the adults. So this channel, this live stream is basically for the adults. So sometimes it's very hard to guess people's ages, but at least if you explain to them that the live stream is basically for adults, people will understand. So let's go on with our live stream. We are happy because it's an adult like a live stream. Because they asked me, oh, you need to tick the box. So I tick the box which says it's not for kids and it's for adults. So I'm really happy today. Today I'm really happy because we are having a good time and we are still waiting for more and more and more and more people to join in. Yeah, it's basically, the live stream is basically for adults. That's the we need to abide. You know what? When they have rules and regulations and all those things, we always like to abide by the rules and regulations. That's fine, XX. That's fine. So today is another beautiful Sunday. I love Sundays. Yesterday I didn't manage to do a live stream because I was like having something which I was doing yesterday, so I didn't manage to do a live stream. But today I said, oh, a Sunday is a time when people are just relaxing, after having maybe the Sunday dinner, they just have maybe a cuppa, and then they might have time to come over and relax with me and share, one or two things with me. So I'm really happy to be here today to have another beautiful live stream. So today, I always want to start with the weather. The weather really is like my addiction. I just love the weather. I'm just like obsessed. When you're obsessed with something, for example, some people are obsessed with like playing games. And some people, different types of games. Some people are obsessed with just, holding the tablet and just looking at the tablet. And some people are obsessed with like going, they love going out. They love going to share, to have a chat with other people, maybe at the pub. And some people love to go just like, taking strolls, in the city. And some people just love to go and eat out. And every Saturday they go and eat out. Every Sunday they do like, they said, oh, we're not going out. We're just having a Sunday roast. And they do the Sunday roast. So we are happy today because it's one of those days when we feel so happy. And the weather has been perfect. As for today, there was no rain, and it was just, like cloudy. It was cloudy, but it was sort of, in the morning, it was really cold. it was chilly. But as the day progressed, it tended to be warm a little bit. So that's the weather we had today. Let me just check about the weather tomorrow. If tomorrow is going to be another good day, so we can always, find out what's happening tomorrow. As I said, I'm really obsessed with weather. I love weather, and I like to see what the weather will be like. I like to see what the weather will be like tomorrow. So tomorrow is Monday. Where I am, the temperatures will be like 11, 12, 11, 12. That is more or less the range nowadays. Like since last week up to this week, it has just been like 12, 11, 12, 11, sometimes 9, that has been the range of the temperature. 9 degrees Celsius, 10 degrees Celsius, 8 degrees Celsius some days, and some here and there drizzle here and there. But we haven't seen the sun. I think for the past like 4 days, no sunshine whatsoever. But we really do not mind, because when the weather is stable, that's the thing. We also have a new guest in the house. That's Iwelina Warizniak. Iwelina Wariz, like these people. Yeah, the thing is, if I may explain again, the live stream is basically for adults, if I may explain. So that's the thing, that's the regulation. So let me explain about the weather. What I was saying about the weather. I was saying the weather has been like stable in the cold spectrum. It was just cold, 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 cold. And at some point, there would be like drizzle, 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 drizzle. And then at some point, it will be just like the clouds are, it's like cloudy, massive cloud, like 100% cloud cover. Yeah, we call it cloud cover. And but still we keep on going, because it's not like it's treacherous. It's not like it's weather which is um harming us. It's just like the normal winter, and normal winter, drizzle here, cloud there, and we still are wondering whether there's going to be snow. We don't know yet, but that's the weather. So I'm really happy today to come back again to this live stream and to share one or two things with some friends, and we are hoping more people will join the live stream. Oh, I have a big best friend joining. Hello. This friend is called Raven Rebel. Hello, Raven Rebel. Raven Rebel is saying, hello, Mary Z. Sorry, I have not been about. Oh, I do understand. Is that time of the year, and it's that time, where people, do various things. So how have you been, Raven? I hope everything has been good with you. And how are you today? And I hope, like everything is fine. So we also have another guest coming in. This is Lady Margaret. Whoa. I love that title. Lady Margaret is saying hello. Hello, Lady Margaret. It is nice to have you here, and it is nice that you are here. Feel free, and you are welcome to the live stream. In this live stream, you can always like tell us where you are joining the web from, this world wide web. Where are you connecting from? If you want, you can tell us the city near you, or you can tell us even the continent. We don't really mind, as long as we have a slightish idea. We need a slight idea where our friends are connecting from. So Raven is saying, Lady Margaret said hello. And then Raven Rebel said, hello, Lady Margaret. And Raven said, doing a bit better, been in some pain and it took me down a dark path, but I am in control of pain now. Oh, we were having those challenges. Oh, so at least you said you are now, like managing the pain. Yeah, that's the way, that's the way forward. If you are able to get those analgesias, maybe to help with the pain, yeah, that would be the best thing to do. So I wish you a speedy recovery, Raven, and I hope soon you will be up and about. We want to see you out and about. Out and about like you normally do. One or in a while. In some whiles or instances. So want to see you out and about. So thank you so much for coming to Grace to this live stream. I'm really grateful. Raven said, hope to see a surgeon in January. Oh, it's going to that extent of seeing the practitioners. Oh, so let's hope that thing which is a challenge to you will be resolved, when you see them, when you see these specialists. So we just continue to wish you. It's a vascular surgeon. All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we just hope that they help you and you recover from that. We also have Maya coming in. Maya Fahad. Cute. Maya Fahad Cute. Hello, Maya Fahad Cute. It is lovely to have you in the live stream. And feel free, feel at home. You are welcome to join in. And Raven says, got a vein runs over my knee. Oh, right. Oh my God, especially the knee. The knee, I don't know what's this to do with the knee. Sometimes we would think, oh, the knee is the strongest joint, but sometimes it will present, itself with these like challenges, and you start to wonder, oh, is it the knee which I always bend, and I always stretch, using the knee. It's like we always are on our knees most of the time when you do like day-to-day tasks, but sometimes it comes with some challenges. So Raven, I hope the surgeons will really look into it and find the what's wrong with it and help you. And Maya is saying, how are you? I'm really good, Maya. Fahad Court, cute. I'm really good, and I hope all is good with you as well, Maya. So Maya is saying hi to everybody in the live stream. And we are really happy to be hosting it, to be here together, just spending the night together. And Raven says, the vein runs from my calf, my calf muscle to my thigh. Okay, from calf here to the thigh. Oh, that vein, okay. And it runs over the knee. And runs over knee. So gets uncomfortable. Oh, it stretches itself here. And then it runs over the knee up to the thigh. Oh dear. So hopefully, yeah, some of these specialists are like, I don't know, they are experts, and they know, they just say, oh, that is the situation, then they can try to fix it. So hopefully, Raven, the vascular surgeons will look into it and see what they can do. Like I said, especially the knee, I don't know, the knee, the knee and the ankle, they can present, they can come with, challenges sometimes. I don't really know what happens to these two joints. It's like usually the arms are sort of okay, but when it comes to the legs, the knee joint, the ankle joint, those two are really, are really something. They usually have some one or two, issues with them. So Raven is saying, hello, Maya. Raven is saying, hello, Maya. And those who are new to the channel, I am really asking you to join, to subscribe to the channel. And also, you can always come back after the live stream to watch the videos which I have. And if you do that, I'll be really thankful. And you can also, if you find the videos like interesting, you can always like share, you share them out to your friends and family. Maybe they might like them. You never know. They say the taste of the pudding is in the eating. So when you just go, like, you involve yourself in the watching of the thing, in the watching of the video, that means you are like tasting it, like what we do with a pudding, because sometimes puddings are really tricky. Some of them, some puddings, they are like, I don't know. So that's why this saying, because some puddings have like ingredients which you don't really understand. And when you taste this pudding, you say, oh, I am not going to eat this pudding. But most of the puddings are really delicious. So it's like, if you go to my channel is just like that tasty or that sweet pudding, which when you taste, you say, oh, can I have some more, can I have some more? You are like nearly finishing the whole pudding bowl on your own. So just visit my channel and you'll definitely love it and enjoy it and everything it. you know Zen is saying, Zen underscore edit is saying, I subbed it to you. Wow, thank you so much. I can always, sometimes what we do is that it's like when I go to someone's channel, usually I can watch a video there, and then what I do is I always like to comment on the video, so that when the receiver reads my comment, then you say, oh, who is this one, they start to be inquisitive, and during there, when they become inquisitive, to find out, oh, who has given me this beautiful comment, then they will say, oh, let me check her out, and they will check me out, and then they'll say, oh, we are here at this beautiful house of Mary Z is Recipes. So it's like it's like it's like mutual, it's like reciprocating. It's like you give and you take, and you give and you take. So that's the beauty. I love that, on this platform, because people give and take, and we also, I don't know what this Cypress is saying. I don't know what he's saying. I didn't understand it. So we always give and take, give and take, and it is beautiful, and it makes the life go on. It makes the content creation. Yeah, I'm talking about content creation. It makes it really like interesting, and it is like when you want to buy something in a shop and say, oh, it's affordable, so the content creation becomes like affordable. You can do it, you can try it, because you have people to support you. So guys, please support Mary Z is Recipes. And I always tell people that I'm some individual who is really interested in cooking, gardening. I love music and I love films. I also love selling one or two things, like little items. I can even sell a rose, one rose of a flower. Like if it's like an artificial one, or even a fresh one, if I find a fresh rose. So I'm someone who does those things. And if you check my channel, it's just to do with, like the cooking, gardening, and food. I really, I really am obsessed with food. I don't know what food did to me. Maybe since since I left, I was I was at my mother's lap. I just started eating. So I found food to be amazing. I love food, and the only time I like hesitate to eat is when I'm not I'm under the clouds. But otherwise, in normal circumstances, I'm just looking. Oh, what can I cook? Oh, what can I what can I cook? What can I supply and so on. Yeah, I mean for the kitchen. So Raven said, "Hello Zen, hello Zen," and yeah, it's lovely to have Zen here, and everybody else here, Raven and everybody else, and let me just see who has come as so far. And Maya as well is here. Raven Rebel is here. Maya, Fahad, the cute is here. Yeah, it's lovely to have you here. And the others which I didn't read. Lady Margaret is here as well. We are really happy. And yeah. So, and the others who joined in initially. So today is a beautiful day, and we are really happy to be hosting this live stream. It is a live stream with another of another type or another dimension. So I'm really happy today to have people joining in, and some have already subscribed to the channel. And Raven says, "What style of music do you like?" Oh, I didn't hear I like is it like popular music, and I also like um the ladies music. I don't know what we can call them. People like Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, all those ladies. I love their music, and sometimes I do listen to like um classical music. I love that as well. And it's like my taste of music depends on how good the song is. If it's like a reggae song and it's really touching, I said, oh, I like this reggae song. If it's like what else? R&B, and if it's that song which will make you people just go on the dance floor and dance, I'll say, oh, I love that. But basically, I love the ladies like we Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, and Celine Dion. Those are my like favorite. But here and there, I pick bits and pieces, bits here and there. Because the musicians, all of them do a fantastic job. All of them are really good. Because it's not easy to compose a song and then to get the instrumentals and then to join those two together, the vocals and the instruments. And with the instruments, you find that they have maybe different types of instruments which they have to which come together to form the melody, the melody in this song. And Raven says, hope my songs make you feel like that. Yeah, your songs are really good. Who is compiling? Are you compiling them? They are really good. And when you do your videos, I really am admiring them, Raven, because the videos, the action in the video is really like matching the songs, which I find very good. Raven says, I want to make an AI video for you. Yeah, I would love to. I don't know how we will make it. It will be fantastic. Just go for it. It doesn't matter. Go for it. I think we enjoy it as well. Yeah, I've seen you. You have created lots of them. Oh, Raven, who taught you that art? If I may ask. It is really good. Maybe I can ask him. Maybe I have a nephew who is very good at AI, so I can ask him to do maybe sort of style for me. Music while I'm cooking. While I'm cooking, it would be, I think, amazing. Yeah, AI has just come in our midst, and we love AI. And I've seen on most platforms nowadays, whether what is this one, Instagram or the other platforms, nearly everybody is doing artificial intelligence, is doing AI, which is amazing. So I really need to try and do that as well, you know. No, it's no need to lag behind. We don't want to lag behind. We want to be with others, you know, like soldiers, soldiers, don't lag behind. They are always together. They just maybe a meter or so apart, but they will be together most of the time. So we want to be together with others and do the matching together. So we want to do AI as well. I'll try it. Raven says, my knee being done in got me dribbling. Oh, right. I know. There I was just saying the knee. It causes lots of problems to many people. I don't know how this joint is inside them. Maybe it's because I don't know. The two bones, like the femur bone and the thigh bone. Those are the two bones, which sort of separate, which form a little gap. There's a little gap between the femur bone and the thigh bone. So that gap, those two bones, I think they are really strong. They are really strong. This is my opinion, not as I'm not speaking as a physician. I'm just speaking through observation. The femur bone and the thigh bone are very strong bones. So sometimes maybe because of the activities we do, then these bones sort of like pull on the ligaments, because there are ligaments joining the two bones. So they sort of like pull on the ligaments, and there's a kneecap there as well, protecting the fluids and so on. There's lots of things going on in that joint, in the knee joint. So maybe that's why, like most people will end up having a bit of like challenges with the knee. Yeah, it is really delicate, but it has to do work. We are always walking, and some people jump, some people ski, some people do a dance on the dance floor, like yesterday I was watching the dance, so it is always like busy. It's a busy bee, the knee joint. Oh, we have a new guest here. It's Rugaya Al-Fanabi. Hello, Rugaya Al-Fanabi. And Raven says, I couldn't go out on investigation, so started playing with AI. All right, yeah, I get the point now. There's no way you could go arriving. Just you did a good thing to start doing AI, because you need to have the knee sorted out first, and then when you feel comfortable, then you can always go out. So hopefully, like we said, the physicians are going to try to sort it out. Yeah, we love you going. We love to see you going. Like investigating. In like the wilderness. In those places. It's so funny, and it is amazing. Your investigations are really amazing. And Rugaya says, hi, Mary. Hi, Rugaya. Oh. And Rugaya is saying, hi. Lots of highs. Yeah, no, I remember Rugaya. Raven said, write a storyboard, then I make the song from the storyboard. Then make starter images for AI using my lyrics as prompt for video. Oh, okay. I will do that. So what I'll do, I can write the storyboard on my community, and then you can get it from there. I can do that. So thank you so much, Raven, for doing that. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I can do that. Um, so today we're hoping more people will join. I don't know where people are. It's Sunday today, and they are hesitating. Why are people hesitating to come over? Come over so that we have a good time today. Because Monday is another day. So the best thing is to make use of this day today. So come join in. I'm sweating. Come join in and we can have a good time together. It's Sunday and I know in America it's what time is it in America? I don't know where the people of America have gone today. They are usually here. Today I don't know what's happening. Let's see time in the USA. What is the time in the USA now? It's 3:30. Or maybe they are shopping. Yeah, they are still shopping, because shopping for Christmas. It's 3:30 in America, and people are busy shopping, presumably. And some have just come from the places of worship, and they are like doing the dinners. And what else are they doing? Yeah, it's shopping, Sunday dinners, and yeah, basically, and just relaxing because it's a Sunday after church, because some people go to church. Anyway, it doesn't stop us from, doing what we want to do today. But we still wait for them to join in. Because normally they are here, but today I don't know where they are. It doesn't matter. Now, as you saw on the thumbnail, we have a very interesting topic today about whether it's a flu or a cold. Is it a flu or a cold? I'm one of the people who sometimes get maybe a cold, and sometimes I get a flu if I expose myself too much in the cold. I do get either of them sometimes. So today our topic is it a cold or a flu? That's our topic today. So it is like today I really was amazed because something really happened. It's like a coincidence because I had planned to talk about whether about the colds and flus. The reason why I had planned to talk about the colds and flus is because we are in this part of the hemisphere. We are in the cold season, we are in our winter, and that's why I was saying, oh, the temperatures are just ranging from 9 degrees Celsius, 10 degrees Celsius. Sometimes they would just creep to 12 and they come down again because that's the time, when cold temperatures are experienced in in the northern part of the hemisphere. We call this part of the hemisphere temperate regions. They have this winter ranging from like, we can say the winter starts from like end of October, November, December, January. We will be having winter temperatures. So our task today is just to compare if a cold, a common cold. There's something called a common cold, and there's something called a flu. We want to compare those two. So I was saying, when I had planned to talk about the common cold and the flu, I was so like, it was like a coincidence because I said, oh, let me just, see, when I finished like preparing lunch, I said, oh, let me just watch the news. And then when the news finished, they brought in a certain like program or a feature where they were talking about flu. They were saying, so it was some people were invited to this to that news channel, and they were talking about flu. So these people who were talking about this flu, they are called the UK Health security agents. So it was like coincidence. So I happened to say, when I had that, when I had the title, of these people, I said, oh, let me just listen. Maybe what they are saying is going to help me in the in my today's live stream. So you know what they were saying? They are like the authorities of health in the country, and this was part of the news. So the experts there who came on that panel were talking about flu. No, they are saying, oh, this country, they've noticed that flu has just been like a bit rampant. They were saying normally during this month of like early December and late November, the statistics is just like topped up a bit, meaning there are a bit more people having like flu symptoms as compared to the other years. And they also said that many people, like a certain, some people are even going to A&E and be admitted because of the flu. So they said it is like a surge. A surge is like an increase in the number of people catching flu. So I think the other gentleman said, oh, there seem to be a different strain of the virus because flu is caused by a virus. So imagine the viruses of flu, they come in different like forms or in different strains. It's not like the same virus which can attack us every year and now and again. Sometimes the strain of the virus changes. And they also said, oh, it's really like I said, that it's early November, but the numbers of people complaining of flu are a bit like on the increase. And they said usually there's a peak. When we say, what they mean by a peak is that there's a certain period along the winter season when they say, oh, maybe from this date many people have been affected by flu. But it seems that peak of having like more people being affected with flu has come a bit early this year. So they also were saying that although some people have had the flu vaccine, because over here people do have the flu vaccine to just help them to sort of like combat the flu. But since we are still in midwinter, the flu virus is really like on the increase. And usually people who are like a bit older, are the ones who are a bit like, they are affected more than the younger ones, usually. But it depends, with the viruses, we don't know what really happens, these viruses. And despite, so this new strain, it's like a new strain which is just about, it is like causing this problem of having more people attending A&E and more people, getting this virus. And I was also surprised when they were talking about the WHO. Imagine the WHO also, plays a big role in monitoring these viruses. So the WHO is the one who, they said it is the one which determine that, oh, this strain needs this type of vaccine, this strain needs this compound of vaccine to give to the people. So it is really amazing. So from today I learned that, oh, I should always try to listen to the news, and if they like any hot topics, I should try and listen to those and get to know what is happening. I wasn't even aware that many people are like having a flu symptoms. I wasn't aware of that. So, and they were also saying that a flu can be severe sometimes, and it can lead to people even getting hospitalized. Flu can even lead to some people getting hospitalized because they will be coughing. A cough is really, I when I suffer from cough sometimes, I don't really like coughing. It just drains your energy. It makes you feel so, I don't know. So some coughing, is not a really good symptom. And some people might end up having like short of breath. A short of breath is when you like breathless. Yeah. And some people will feel so worked out because of the coughing and because of the shortness of breath. But this flu, or any cold, everyone is different. The way the cold attacks me may be different, in like if you compare the symptoms or the strength of the symptoms, it's different from a person to person. And um, sometimes when you suspect that, oh, you have a cold or you have a flu, it is best maybe to, if you feel it is like getting worse and worse, always you need to go to the A&E and you need to seek medical attention. But sometimes if you feel, oh, I think it's just a common cold, you can maybe stay at home, and you can just try to do hygiene, like hygiene. Wash your hands most of the time. And also, when you, for example, use tissues, because with flu, with tissue, we always use tissues when we have flu. When we have colds, we use tissues. And make sure you dispose the tissues in the right way so that other people cannot like also get the virus. So that's what the men were saying. I was really lucky to listen to them and to hear what they were saying about this flu, which is like rampant at this point in time, because the temperatures are low, and that's the time when flu attacks us most of the time. Now let's go to comparing a cold and flu. So there is a cold is that one which you usually call common cold, and it is not like as severe as when we say, oh, someone has flu. There's a little difference there. But the common thing about them is that they are diseases which come from virus, which are caused by viruses. Yeah. The flu, when it goes to the flu stage, it's the severe one. But common cold is not as severe as the flu. So a cold is caused by a virus. Colds are not caused by bacteria. They are caused by viruses. And the most common virus which causes either flu or a common cold is called rhinovirus. Rhinovirus. That's the most common virus which causes either a cold or a flu. So, they also, experts say that there are about 200 viruses which can cause colds. Imagine 200 type of viruses. So which are just maybe in the air, 200 types of viruses which cause either colds or flus, common cold or flu. So viruses, we get the viruses, from the air, and these viruses are airborne. They are in the air, they move in the air. And sometimes when maybe our family members has this virus, and when they cough or when they sneeze, then the virus, you know, are spread as droplets in the air. Then sometimes the viruses can land on surfaces, or or you can just get them from breathing them. And also, it is said that there's no cure for flu or common cold. What happens is that you just work on the symptoms. You work on the symptoms, then finally the virus will go. But there's no cure for for cold or for flu. There's no cure. So when you're at home, when you think, oh, yeah, I think I just have a common cold, maybe if it's just a common cold, it means it's not that severe. You can do like a home remedy. Home remedy. You can rest. You can, say, oh, I need to rest. You can rest in the house, and you can, like if you are like working with other people, you can, it's best that you go home and rest, because if you have this virus and you get in contact with the other people, they might also get the virus. So that's why they say you can rest. You can take some 1 or 2 days off. And also, as you are resting, you should make sure that you hydrate yourself. Make yourself, some people love to make like a bit of lemon juice, and some people will put a little bit of honey, and some people will just like to drink a bit of some water. But most people would do like lemon and a bit of honey, or warm lemon, lemon water, and just to try and make themselves comfortable. And some people also love to gargle, because when you have the virus, it attacks from the nose up to the throat. So gargling with a little bit of salt. So for some people, they do that. They like to they gargle. So this is what usually happens. So we said, when someone coughs and sneezes, we can breathe in if we are like in close proximity, like close together with the person who is having the coughing and sneezing. We can also get it through breathing in the particles. And sometimes, if someone is like a flu, and sometimes people do like, when they sneeze, maybe they will touch their mouth or touch their nose like this. So sometimes when they come to you and shake your hands, you can also, when they shake your hands, maybe without knowing, sometimes we just touch our part of the bodies unconsciously, like we touch our eyes. I do that sometimes. I'm always like, oh, my eye, and then there's nothing happening in the eye. Sometimes I'll just touch the eye, and sometimes I'll just touch my nose. It's not running, the nose is not running, and the eyes are not tearing, and the mouth is just dry. But with human nature, I don't know, it just happened unconsciously. We touch our eyes, and we touch our nose. I think I'm one of them who does that. I just touch my eyes. And sometimes I just find myself, oh, touching my eye. And sometimes I remove the glasses and just touch the eye. And sometimes I touch my nose. I don't know what will be happening. I find myself squeezing my nose, but there's nothing there. It's just something which happens unconsciously. We just do it. And sometimes we touch our mouth. Every time people are touching their mouth, touching the mouth. So if you have just greeted someone, it doesn't mean you don't have to greet people. It's our custom to greet each other. But this is what I'm using the word might happen. Maybe you greet someone who has just sneezed on their hands, and then you might catch a cold through that. And also, sometimes we said viruses can land on, when people sneeze, sometimes the viruses land on surfaces, and the surfaces can become like contaminated with the virus or with the cold droplets. So you can always maybe touching the surfaces. We don't know which surface is clean, and we don't know which surfaces have the droplets. So contamination from surfaces, for example, like especially the young ones, love to 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 sort of to suck the toys, and the young ones also, yeah, they like to suck the toys. So sometimes their toys might not be like clean. And sometimes we open doors here and there, here and there. We are always opening doors, and maybe somewhere there are some droplets there. We can also catch the cold, like the common cold, or the flu from those surfaces. So what should we do? We should always have hygiene. Hygiene is paramount. Always wash our hands whenever we can. You know, it's like, of course, when you are traveling, for example, or when you go shopping, there's no time of washing hands. Usually, we can't. Sometimes there's no way we can keep on washing hands. But when you get home, before you like put away the shopping, you can always wash your hands, and then you then put your shopping away. Or when you come from like work, from shopping, from another place, you can always wash your hands when you get home. When you get home, wash your hands and then hold the baby. Things like that. Wash your hands and then share the food. you know so hygiene is very important. Hand washing is very important. So that we try. It is just a way of trying. Sometimes we can do all those things and still we get the flu. So it's just trying. And something which can cause us to catch the flu or the common cold is our immune system. By immune system, we mean our body defense, because they always say, these people, even at school, they taught us that our bodies have a defense, which is called immune system. Yeah, I didn't even understand what that means, but that's the way it is. Our bodies have a defense system called the immune system. And this immune system is the one which tries to fight against, when viruses and bacteria try to attack us. The immune tries to defend the body from getting those bacteria and viruses. So we need to like support our immune system. There are many ways we can support our immune system. We can support our immune system by having enough sleep. That's what the experts say. They say, oh, you need to sleep, enough sleep. Because if you have enough sleep, you will boost your immune system. So what do you mean by enough sleep? Someone was saying, oh, adults should sleep like 6 hours, 7 hours, so that they rest at least, and then they start afresh the following morning. So we must have sleep if we can. So this idea of sleep depends with your lifestyle. So 6 to 7 hours at least you sleep, you have a deep sleep if you can. And then the other thing which can help to boost our immunity is nutrition. Nutrition. What are you eating? Sometimes me, I have doubts with nutrition, but it's the fact. Facts are like facts. nutrition is really important. We might say, oh, I don't want to eat, I don't want to eat, but the experts say nutrition is very important to us. So it's up to us to find out which foods can we eat so that, we keep ourselves healthy and, and try to help our immune system. So nutrition is equally important as sleep. And these two, they do help they do like boost our immune system. So what should we eat? Oh, it's up to any individual. Because different people have different diets they like. Some people like vegetarian diet. Some people do like carnivore diet. And some people do like that diet which they call like Mediterranean diet. There are lots of other diets. It's not only those three. People choose whatever diets they like, as long as they are nutritious, as long as the food is nutritious, then that can help you to boost your immune system. And the other place where we can get sometimes we can catch flu or colds when we go like to crowded places. But we cannot say, oh, don't go to crowded places. You go to crowded places, yeah, but it's just like to have a foresight that, oh, sometimes when people go to public places and the place is crowded, sometimes you can get some some viruses. People can pass viruses there through coughing and sneezing, because those are the sources, or those are the ones which cause a person to have either flu or common cold. But we love going to because crowded places, it's a way of life. That's where we go to maybe shopping, and we go to have entertainment. What else? Yeah, lots of things we do, in crowded places. So the only thing we should also mind is when you come back from the crowded places, then just do the hand hygiene, and make sure you just try to practice hygiene. And they also say that when you catch the common cold or flu, when the day the virus gets on you, it might take, that cycle might go up to about 10 days. Imagine 10 days for the cycle to complete. Then thereafter, if the flu is gone, the cold is gone, and it has like a cycle. And we say when you have cold or flu, common cold or flu, you can, depends on how severe it is, always remember to seek medical help. If this is not like a common cold, it seems to be something else, so you seek medical help. And remember that I've heard that antibiotics are not for viruses. So when you have a flu or a common cold, you do not expect to get antibiotics, because antibiotics are not for viruses. So this is just so that people know that. You might say, oh, doctor, can I have some antibiotics? Doctor say, oh, I can't give you antibiotics, because antibiotics are for other things. They are for other things. So a common cold can go, sometimes it can even go maybe to 14 days, up to 14 days. So let's find out which parts of the body are affected by either common cold or flu. The uh, the nose, That's where the virus, attack the nose. We call it the respiratory tract. Upper respiratory tract. Because when we breathe, the air first enters through the nose. So the common cold or the virus will attack the nose, and it will go down from the nose. It is following the respiratory tract. So the nose, then it goes to the throat here, and then it grows to the sinuses, and then that's why sometimes you feel you have a sore throat as well when you have a flu, or a cold. And what will be happening? You will have maybe a runny nose, so you always have a tissue with you because we have a runny nose. So we always use tissues. I'm just wiping because I'm sweating. I don't have I don't have at the moment. I don't have a common cold. So you have a running nose. Oh, running nose, it makes me so, it just makes me like exhausted, You keep on like, oh, you need to rub your nose, rub your nose, until you say, oh my God, when will this ever end? And it will end when it wants to end sometimes. And what else do you feel? Sometimes you have headache. Yeah, those are the symptoms, some of the symptoms. Running nose, headache, and what else? You also have a blocked nose. Oh my God! I don't think all these flu like symptoms. They are so uncomfortable. They are really uncomfortable. Running nose, it works you out. Headache, oh my God, it grounds you down. So but what can we do? We keep on going when we have these symptoms. Blocked nose. Oh, you say, what can I do? You say, oh, should I open the window? What should I do? You know, if you try to blow the nose, it keeps on being blocked. So that's the thing we find with this flu or cold. And sometimes your muscles, you feel that the muscles seem to be aching. you know, and you like sort of have weak joints and so on. And I've also talked about sore throat. Oh my God, sore throat also comes with the flu. Sometimes sore throat, and usually, if it's not, it's like you want to do home remedy. You are just at home, and you feel it's not that serious. But when the flu is serious, it is best to seek medical help. Best to seek medical help. And but if you think, oh, I think it's not that major, you can always like do some gargling. Some people do gargling. Yeah, for the sore throat to try and help the symptoms here. And sometimes flu and cold, they bring like raised temperature. The baby, you see, oh, you are feeling hot, your body is hot. And if you try to, like when you are sleeping, your body temperature is high. So you try to lie down without covering yourself. Then you feel like a bit of cold again. Sometimes you become like feverish, you know, raised temperature and maybe fever again. You are confused. You don't know what to do. Oh, should I open the window? Should I close the window? Something like that. So that's flu. Flu and common cold. The symptoms are more or less are the same, but the only difference is the severity. Which one is severe. Of course, when it's a flu, it's severe. It's severe. as compared to a common cold. And also, you cough, you are coughing, keep on, you cough, and yeah, and what else? You sneeze as well. That's why hygiene is very important, because although you have the flu and common cold, you must try by all means not to like spread it to others. We always try, we try so that we use tissues and hand hygiene, yeah, just to protect our friends and family. So when it is severe, we go to A&E, and when you go to A&E, sometimes there's a chance that we get hospitalized. Yeah, we get hospitalized. But when it's like mild, common, cold, we can maybe stay at home and rest and have fluids, and also we can maybe check with the pharmacist to get some over-the-counter painkillers, like analgesia. So you check with the pharmacist. They know what to give you, so that at least you're at home and it's not really severe, and you are recuperating. You are recovering from the flu. So that's what we should, we do. Yeah, people do that. We do that. All of us do that. So, and they say that flu and these common colds, they are not like new. They have been here for many years, for many years. People, even maybe since I was born, and even since maybe the times of our parents, there has always been flu. People have always been suffering with flu. So it has been here for many years. Many years. The only thing is that they say it comes in different strains. It comes in different strains. The virus comes in different strains. That's the flu virus. Now, when you have it like flu, I mean the severe one, which is not common cold, of course, you seek medical help, and you may stand a chance of being hospitalized, because sometimes when this flu is severe, you might end up having maybe feel some chest pains, Yeah. So you need that to be monitored by the specialists. And sometimes the shortness of breath becomes maybe too rapid. So this is when the flu is severe flu. You have like shortness of breath, which is too drastic, and you can't stay at home in such a scenario. You need medical help. And sometimes what happens is, for some people, they might have other underlying challenges with them. So when the flu virus attacks them, it becomes like a bit, drastic for them. It becomes a bit a bigger problem, because they have other underlying conditions. Yeah, so we need to just be mindful when we get the flu, and when we have other underlying, so that we seek medical help, as quickly as we can. So we can again talk about preventing. How can we prevent a common cold, even a flu? They are saying the best thing is let's try to do practice hygiene, washing hands, and if like your member of the family or your colleague has flu or common cold, you try to avoid like close contact. Try to avoid close contact, and this helps to reduce like catching the disease, and this helps to reduce spreading the disease, because remember there's no cure for common cold. The only thing is the doctors will try to treat to lessen the symptoms. I don't know why there's no cure. I don't just I don't understand. Everywhere you read, they say there's no cure for common cold. There's no cure for common cold. I don't know why. Still, I'm puzzled. You know, there's no cure. They only look at the symptom. Like if you have a headache, they treat the headache. If you have a sore throat, they will help you with the sore throat. If you have shortness of breath, the physicians will try to reduce the shortness of breath. But the virus itself, they say, there's no cure, which is really, I don't know. It's like puzzling to me that there's no cure. I don't know. I don't know why these viruses have no cure. This flu virus has no cure. So that's the main thing. So the main thing is to reduce the symptoms, reduce the shortness of breath, reduce maybe treat the chest pain, and treat the running nose. See what they can do about the running nose, and with the headaches and so and the pain, they can give some painkillers or analgesia, because there's no cure for the virus. And yeah, so that's the way it is. Now let's just compare the common cold. Why we are saying there's like a common cold and there's a flu, but it's more or less it's the same thing. It depends with the strength, of the strength of the you know of the symptoms. So the common cold is just like, you have, I think I have a cold. Then say, oh, I feel like I'm having a fever. And then say, oh, when I try to swallow some food, I feel a bit of pain, in my throat. But you find the person is just walking, doing their normal duties. But they just have that little bit of cold, that common cold. So common cold is less severe. It's less severe, you know. You can just do your dating. You can drive your car. You can go to work. What else can you do? If you are like, yeah, you can do your work as usual. It's just a common cold. You can walk. You can do your walk. You can cycle. You can drive your car. Even if you are like a train driver, you can drive the train, because it's just a common cold. If you are like a pilot, you can sit in the cockpit and maybe and drive the aeroplane, because it's less severe. You just feel uncomfortable. Yeah. Most people do have, sometimes the common cold comes and goes on its own sometimes. So common cold is less severe. But when it is like, I have a flu, oh, you just like, oh, this morning I wake up, my body is just weak, and my throat, I can't just swallow, even I can't eat like like cereal. I can't eat like porridge. And you can't swallow solids. You are really, not feeling well. it's a flu, and it is more severe. So when it's more severe, that's the time to consult your A&E or the doctors. And common cold, now we are comparing the symptoms. The symptoms for common cold are milder, like I've said already. They are milder. You just say, oh, I think that's what people say. I've heard many people saying that I think I have a cold. You are thinking you have a cold. I also have done that sometimes. I said, maybe I feel a little bit of like the common cold. Then I'll say, oh, I think I'm developing a cold. You are sort of like looking for, you are sort of like looking for the symptoms. But when it's a flu, you won't look for the symptoms. The symptoms will now, giving you a problem. And they are like, they just come like abruptly. You just feel, oh, today I'm not feeling well. You just say that because the symptoms are there and they are evident. They are often like severe. You are coughing and you just have no appetite, the nose is running and the body is aching, and all sorts of like uncomfortable condition. So that's the flu. So the common cold is generally mild, and the aches and pains are not as like severe as the flu, the real flu. So with the common cold, sometimes you use the word I think. When you say you think, I think I have a headache. I feel a little bit of like uncomfortable, here. Like sometimes the head, when headache strikes, it goes to certain parts of the head. I don't know. Sometimes it just goes to the forehead here, you know. So sometimes it will be slight. Just, oh, I think I feel a bit of pain here. So that is just a common cold. Slight aches. But when it's the flu, the real flu, the headache will just be rampant sometimes. And the aches, the body aches, the joints, you feel, oh my God, if you do this, you feel the joints, like painful. If you are lying down, you try to stretch your legs, you feel, oh, I think I feel pain in my joints. The ankles, the knee joints, oh, you all feel pain. Even when the back, you just feel pain. That's a flu. It's really painful, at times. So it is like serious. And the other thing which might happen if it's like a flu, sometimes your lungs, the symptoms will go down to as far as the lungs. The symptoms will just reach the lungs because it's a flu. It's a severe one. But with the common cold, sometimes it just ends like nose, the nostrils, and then maybe the throat. But when it is like a serious flu, the symptoms can reach the lungs. And some people develop what is called pneumonia. Pneumonia. This is a queer word, pneumonia. I find it very queer. The spelling and so on, it is really queer. It starts with the P, pneumonia, P-N. And people always say, oh, I think I have pneumonia. I think I have pneumonia. But if you have the symptoms of pneumonia, they are like on the severe part of the flu. Some people say, "Oh, I think I'm pneumonia," but it will just be like a mild cold, So we need the physicians to get help from these physicians. If you think it's pneumonia, you need to get advice from the physicians. Otherwise, sometimes what you think to be pneumonia, it's not pneumonia. It's just maybe a common cold. So the physicians will diagnose properly what you are feeling, whether it's pneumonia or not. So it could become serious, flu can become serious and go to the extent of being pneumonia. And we know pneumonia is when our lungs get attacked, by the virus. So this is just, I'm just saying this just to, I know people know all about these things. So the purpose is just to have a chat and to just to know, to keep on knowing what we know. We want to keep on knowing what we know, so that when our friends and relatives and friends and family, if these symptoms, we know, okay, we have an idea. Oh, what should we do? I think it's now, I think this is a flu, it needs medical attention. And maybe, oh, I think it's a common cold. Let's just try and help by making sure we practice hygiene, and making sure the person has some, like, we visit the pharmacist, can give the person some analgesia, and for a common cold. So it's good to always just have a reminder. It's just a reminder, because everybody knows about common cold and everyone knows about the flu. The flu. And people know that flu and cold are caused by viruses, and that it's not to do with bacteria, it's to do with the viruses. And we know that, when we get the either common cold or flu, we need to, like, assess ourselves first. Also, we know our bodies. That's what we were saying the other day, that people know their bodies. When they feel that this is flu, they know what to do. And when they think that, they feel that this is just a cold, people know. And when people feel that it's a flu, they will obviously go to the A&E or to the hospital. And when they feel that it's just a common cold, they know that, I need to do like home remedy. They do home remedy and rest and drink. They'll be drinking and drinking and having, now and again, according to the pharmacist, they have their analgesia. So this is just a sort of a reminder to you and me, that we need to just know what is happening, what is happening around us. Know what is happening, especially those in the temperate regions. Now that it's winter, we are going into the full winter, and we don't know whether Christmas we are going to have snow or not. But the temperatures continue to be very low at the moment. And we just keep on going. And as we keep on going, we just should be alert. So it's just, to remind every one of us to be alert, to know, what is happening in concerning this flu and common cold. What is happening? Yeah. Because it's like, as for me, sometimes I get like common cold when winter comes. Maybe it's because I don't know. Sometimes I get the common cold. Yeah. I haven't, like, I haven't like been hospitalized with like flu, but of course at some point I get this common cold. Yeah. So this is just like just to be aware of what might happen and just to keep guard, like when you get a common cold, what should you do? When you get a flu, what should you do? You know, I don't know why this virus likes to, it is like rampant when it is cold, the flu viruses, they like the cold temperatures, mostly, yeah. But I have heard people having like cold like symptoms when it's like summer, yeah. So maybe sometimes they linger around, in the atmosphere, the viruses, they linger there. So I hope we really have we have boosted. It's a way of boosting our awareness of colds and flus. So I can just um, sort of give a brief, okay, just a brief summary, and so that we really are aware of what goes on and what we should do in terms of flu and in terms of common cold. So let's just I'm going to summarize again about common cold. So common cold is also known as a cold. Common cold is also known as a cold, because I said you hear people saying, "I have a cold," they are not like serious, seriously ill. I have a cold, you know, and this common cold usually affects the nose, the throat, and the sinuses. And when you have common cold, you can have a runny nose, you can have a blocked nose, you can have a sore throat, you can be coughing, you can be sneezing, you can have a headache, your muscles can ache, and your temperature can get raised, and you can have a fever. And you just feel like unwell. And sometimes the common cold will go maybe after it might take 1 week. You have a cold, the week it goes on and on and on. The second week is still there. Then finally say, oh, it's gone. you know and at that time you'll just be having home remedy. You can even do your work, day-to-day work. You can also have some rests. You can have some fluids. You can have some painkillers, like analgesia. you know that's common cold. So common cold is less severe. It is like mild, and it just happens gradually. You say, "Oh, today I think I feel a bit of aches and pains." Then you can say maybe the other day say, "Oh, the running nose is gone, but I still feel like headache here and there." You know, and maybe you say, "Oh, when I just gurgled with a little bit of something, then the sore throat is gone, because it's just a common cold. It is less severe. It's mild, and yeah, that's it. And remember, there are like 200 viruses, which can cause flus and common colds. And we have said we cannot use antibiotics for viruses, for the flu virus or the common cold. Now let's go to the other one. Let's look at the the flu, the severe one. So we also say flu is like a severe form of the cold, and it is also caused by virus, and it just comes like you just like suddenly feel sick. It's like it quickly attacks you because the viruses are severe, they are really come to attack the body. And when they are severe like that, you you feel those symptoms which you feel when you have a common cold, they are the same, but they are like a bit, they come with force. Like you have maybe a running nose, continuous running nose. You have a headache which is really unbearable. Sometimes you have blocked nose as well. You have muscle aches, muscle pains. You have a sore throat as well. You have maybe raised temperature. You have a fever as well. You have coughing, sneezing. The symptoms are the same, but they come as severe. And the body temperature, is raised as well. And sometimes with the flu, we said that it can develop into, it can go, develop further. Maybe you end up having like pneumonia. And so this flu, which is severe, what should you do? You need to visit the A&E, seek help from the physicians, the doctors, and because sometimes when you develop like pneumonia, if you happen to develop pneumonia when you have the severe flu, you might end up also having chest pain. You have chest pain, and you might get also shortness of breath, and so those two, chest pain and shortness of breath, they need specialists to look into that. You need some specialists because they are like delicates. Chest pain and shortness of breath are like delicate symptoms which needs medical attention from the physicians, because they know what to do with those. You when you are at home, it will be a bit, you cannot like treat them at home. You cannot like lessen those symptoms at home usually, but when you go to A&E, then they can help with the symptoms. So those are the two forms of colds, flu and common cold. And so before we wind up, let's just touch on what can we do. We need to do something. Are there ways we can prevent, we can prevent common cold and flu? Yeah, we can try to prevent them, because as we say, they're caused by viruses, and the virus which usually cause those two, the common one and even the severe one, it's caused by a virus called rhinovirus. I think rhino means like, if I'm not mistaken, rhino is to do with the nose. I think that's where this virus, the name came from. I think rhinovirus. Let me just quickly check what that word mean. Rhinovirus. I think it's to do with the nose. Yeah, let me check rhinovirus. Yeah, I was correct. It says, according to to Wikipedia, to this platform, this public platform, it says the rhinovirus it's a word from the ancient Greek, and it means rise. Rise means nose. So the rhinovirus is it got that name from the nose. So rhinos of the nose, and the word virus is Latin. It means it's a Latin word. So rhinovirus is the most common viral infections agents. It's the most common viral infectious agent in humans. And it is the predominant cause of the common cold. So the rhinovirus, that type of virus, it is at least causes like 50% of the common cold. Oh my God, 50%. So that's the one which mainly affects us. So the viruses, they even, or if you go on Wikipedia, they even tell us the sizes of the viruses. So the rhinoviruses are transmitted through the respiratory, tract. The respiratory tract. That's why, because our respiratory tract starts from the nose, then, the nose have nostrils, then goes down from the nose. Then what is it? Is it the trachea? Sort of, I'm not really sure. So that's why it's called rhinoviruses. Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, so rhino means nose. It means nose. So let me just give another brief, explanation of the respiratory tract, so that we know that when this rhinovirus attack us, it is going through the respiratory tract. Respiratory system. So the respiratory system is a network of organs. Start with the nose, then the mouth is also part of that. Oh, because when we sneeze, yeah, I get why the mouth is included. Sometimes when we sneeze, we sneeze through the mouth. So the nose, the mouth, the trachea, I was correct there, and then the lungs. And then all the muscles, joining the lungs, there's lots of muscles, and the tract, So all that has to do with those organs is part of the respiratory system, ending as far as the lungs. The reason why this virus, I don't know why this virus likes to go through the nose. Yeah, because it is found in the air. So when we breathe, it quickly goes in through our nose, and then we get affected by the flu and the common cold. Because air enters through the nose, and sometimes the mouth, air can enter through the mouth. And then when it gets in the mouth or nose, it then goes down the throat, and from the throat, air enters into the windpipe. There's windpipe down here. So this is the throat, then windpipe. The windpipe is also called the trachea. Then there are some branches, two branches. One goes to the lungs, the other branch goes to the other lung, So those two branches are called the bronchi. Yeah, so the one goes supplies air to the other lung and the other lung, because we have two lungs. And then when this in each lung there are like very very many branches which are called bronchioles, you know, because the work of the use of those bronchioles is for gaseous exchange, you know, in the lungs, because the lungs, that's where we have oxygen going through there. Yeah. So when this virus will just when we are trying to breathe in our oxygen, so this when we breathe in our air, then this virus will also go in together with the air, it goes in together with the air, and we find ourselves starting having, I'm feeling cold, starting having the symptoms, sneezing, cold, feeling cold, fever, headache, running nose, sneezing, coughing. Yeah, because the virus, just enters, creeps in through the air into our body. Yeah, so it's because of some tiny organisms called viruses. I always say, I wish I had a telescope. I would have loved to see how they look like, these like viruses. I just maybe just want to see them through the microscope, you know. But of course, the physicians know how they look like, and they they always like see them, They always see them and know how to help us when we have cold symptoms or when we have flu symptoms. So I hope we have enjoyed this presentation. The thing I really like about this presentation is that I'm talking about something which many people know, We all know flu. And I don't know if there's other people who have never had flu. I mean, common cold. Let's just say common cold. I don't know if anyone has never had common cold. But as for me, I've been attacked by common cold at one time of that, It just comes and then, oh my God, what is this now, When you are unaware, you like wake up early in the morning, you say, oh, last night I felt my I had like clogged nose, That's why it is usually starts when you are in bed. Then you say, oh, when you are greeting each other in the morning, say, oh, morning, morning. Then you say, oh, last night I didn't sleep well because I had this, like my nose were clogged and I was just feeling like feverish, So that's sometimes where it all begins. And then you then develop the symptoms. They come. And yeah, that's what happens. Yeah. So I'm just hoping that all of us will not get this cold and will not get this flu. If there are people who have already got the flu and the common cold, we just hope that the symptoms will just go. They just fade away. That's what they do. When we are not aware, say, oh, yesterday the flu, it's gone. So the symptoms, sometimes they just fade away if they are like mild. But if you are being helped by the physicians, we also just wish everybody who is being helped by the physicians to like get better. Yeah, because the flu and the cold is among us. It's among us. Imagine the physicians have said it has been now here with us for many years. And we are still managing it. in some way or the other, you know. So I hope you have enjoyed the session, and like I said, I'm just wishing everyone to, you know, to be able to like manage the symptoms if we happen to get the symptoms. We just wish everyone uh, managing the symptoms of common cold or flu, because now that we're in the cold season, that's the time when this virus, you know, like just like to come to our bodies, you know, the virus just likes to come to our bodies. And yeah, so yeah, we need to just know what is happening around us. For example, I said that I was lucky today. I listened to the news, and they were talking about the flu virus. You know, they were the experts were or the authorities were talking about the flu virus. So just an awareness, which I thought I would, you know, present to everybody, you know, this evening. So thank you once again, those who managed to attend the live stream. Let me just read the names, and this is just a way of thanking the people. Oh, imagine, I didn't even go down to what people were saying. You guys, you can pardon me. I became like a don't mind me. I'm going to read everything now. Oh my dear. See what happens when someone likes to chat. I was just chatting. Let me just go from the from the top. Let me just go from the top. You know, initially when I started the channel, I was just saying, I introduced by saying, this when I clicked it to do the live stream, they always say, is it for children or is it for adults? So I always click that it's not for children, because you know, that's the requirement by the channel, by the platform. So the live streams are basically for adults. It's just, you know, to reinforce this information. So let me read what people were saying. I got carried away, you know. And Rugai was saying, I'm out. And Raven said, oh, Raven said, bye, Rugaya. And Raven said, and they called last week. Oh, imagine I didn't read this. Oh, my God. Yeah, these calls do come, you know. So I hope, Raven, you have completely, you know, eradicated this virus, you know, this cold. It's a problem to us, you know. And Raven says, oh, coughing, okay, choking from, I know. I have, you know, especially when you are like in bed, when you are like in the middle of your slumber and you have this cold, you will just say, oh, it seems I'm choking, you know. It happens. It also happened to me, you know, the cold is terrible. And Raven said, oh, sorry. Raven said, times 3 times this year I've coughed in my sleep. Oh my God, it's scary, Raven. And said, I've coughed in my sleep and started choking, very scared. Yes, that's the thing with this coughing when you are in bed. Yeah, me, what I do, if sometimes I'm having the cold and I start coughing, I have to like sit for some time, you know, before I go back to bed again. And I always have like a drink, you know, like I take some sips of water, you know, just to help, you know, to help to moisten the sort of throat, you know, because the coughing when you are sleeping, you know what happens sometimes when you cough when you are sleeping, it's like the salivary glands, you know, it's like that's the time when digestion will be taking place. So the salivary glands will be like, you know, they will have produced some liquid, you know, some enzymes in your mouth, like under your tongue. So when you choke, it's like those like salivary, you know, fluids are like going down your throat, and yet you are about to cough again. So that might cause the choking thing. That's what I think. It's scary. I've also experienced that, Raven. And Raven said, I avoid people when I can. My immune system is broken and I pick up things easily. Yeah, that's it. Try to, yeah, you are in the right direction. That's what the experts say. They say try to be careful, you find your ways out in and out the crowds, and so on. And yeah, like Raven said, avoiding these crowds sometimes really help. It does help. And Raven said, my doctor keeps emailing me to go for flu jab. Yeah, that's what they do. They do that. Yeah, yeah. So it's with the flu jab, it's like you have the autonomy. They call it the autonomy. Autonomy. You have the right to decide what you want. If you want to have it, yes, you can have it. That's what they usually say. And Raven said the limbs, yeah. It's really like, I don't know, uncomfortable when you have a cold. Even the legs will be just saying, oh, they will just say, oh, but your joints will just be complaining. It's like everything is complaining. Scully Pop said, Mary, oh, hi, Scully Pop. Imagine I didn't even acknowledge you. I thought I was busy chatting. I don't know why this topic made me to go on and on and on and on without acknowledging the beautiful people. And Raven said, hello, Scully Pop. And Scully Pop said, hey, Raven, hey. Oh, that's really beautiful. And Raven was greeting Scully Pop. And then Edith said, hi, I'm subbed. Oh, thank you, Zen. I really appreciate. Sorry for acknowledging it a bit later in the chat, because I got carried away. I just wanted to talk about common cold and flu. And Scully Pop said, hey, Zen, hey. And Scully Pop was saying hi to everybody. And Zen said, yo, yo, yo. And Zen said, hi, hi, hi. And Zen said, hi, Scully. And Raven had said, I'm off, Mary Z. Got washing up to do. Roasted dinners on a Sunday. It's nice, but I hate the washing up. I'm the dishwasher. Bye, Mary Z. Bye, Scully Pop. Bye, chat. Stay safe and have a great week ahead. Oh, thank you in absentia, Raven, for the beautiful message. I really, really appreciate that. And Raven said bye. And Scully Pop was giving a shout there. And Scully Pop was just waving. Wow, that's awesome. So thank you everybody. I'm really sorry because I got carried away. I didn't do it hastily to acknowledge the guests, but otherwise I really appreciate everybody who came. Scully Pop, Raven. Let me just read them for the last time. Scully Pop, Raven, Zen Edits, and we keep on going. Raven, Scully Pop. Who else was here? Sorry guys, I got carried away chatting, and Rugaya. This guy, I think, I don't know why he says that. Who else was here? Yeah, I think I'm just checking. Then edits I did. We also had Maya Fahad, cute. And thank you, Maya, for coming over to the live stream. I'm just checking out and winding up. And Lady Margaret was here as well. I really appreciate Lady Margaret. Your presence has been a blessing to me. And we also have Iwilini, what? Niak. Iwilini, that's Niak. Oh, he said 2 year old still. Sorry, I didn't see that. Yeah, that's the thing, They always say it should be like adults, that's what they say. So, Jadak, Chuck, okay. So, thank you ever so much, all the people who managed to attend to the live stream. I really am grateful. I appreciate as well. So, we are going to have another session tomorrow. Let's hope, we'll keep track on them. So another session is coming tomorrow. And just keep in touch and continue to support this lady here, Mary Z is Recipes. All I need from you guys is for you to subscribe to the channel and to watch my videos. If you do that, oh my goodness, you will be part of this happy family of Mary Z is Recipes. So thanks everybody for turning up and for being, part of the crew. The crew is we are the crew, and the guests are the crew. Are part of the crew. Thanks everybody. See you in another time.